Off Track Podcast, episode 25. We have a very special guest here. No Pizza Man today. I got Deacon as my sidekick. And then we've got the one and only number 2 female fixed gear rider in the world. We've got Devan Gallagher, everybody. Woo! Welcome to the show. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me to come on the show.
Sweet. Thank you so much for being here. Our first woman guest on the show. We are equal opportunity employers here. So thank you for being here. Recently voted number 2 on the SMCGR. She is an absolute beast on a bike. She's an OG. She's a legend. And we're stoked to have you. We have tons of questions to get into. We have tons of history to dig into and modern day related questions. First of all, I want to ask what brought you, we're going to start at the very beginning. What brought you to fixed gear bikes and fixed gear tricking? Because it's kind of rare.
Okay, so it was a really long time ago. I think it was like 2007. So I was still in high school. And I feel like, so I grew up in Vegas, and I hung out with like a lot of the local music scene kids there. And at some point, I don't remember who it was, but somebody was like, "Hey, I'm going on a bike ride." And I was like, "What do you mean you're going on a bike ride?"
Yeah. Just
Just
going on a bike ride. It's like a normal thing.
I mean, and like back then, like it wasn't like, I mean, I don't know, at least I wasn't aware of it. So I was like, aren't like what you do when you're a child, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just sounded so silly, but I was like, okay, no, you should come. So I borrowed my dad's bike, which was way too big for me and was super heavy. And I went out there and like everybody was on like the coolest fixed gears and riding so fast. And so I'm just like hoofing it on, I think it was like a Schwinn hybrid.
Sick.
But it was so fun. It was so fun. And I feel like it was either like a West Side ride, which was like a regular ride in Vegas. It was either that, because I don't think the first one I went on was really big. It was like, like 20 people or something.
And was that mostly a fixed gear ride and you were just on like a road bike?
Yeah, so I was literally on a hybrid. It was not even a road bike. Like it had thick tires and it was super heavy. And this is in Vegas during I think it was like during the summer or it was just really hot. I just remember being like hot. I mean, I don't know, but it was fun. I mean, I played soccer, so like I was in, I guess, good enough shape to keep up. But yeah, most people were on fixed gears, or there were probably a couple people on like single speeds and like, road bikes. But yeah, and then I just kept going on those because they were so fun. And I think at some point I went to like Critical Mass, which in Vegas was huge. And we'd ride on the Strip. And then there was also, I think it was like a midnight riders ride. It was called like Ghost Ride the Strip.
Sick.
Something like that. And it was dope. It was literally a party on bike.
That sounds so sick. We need to bring those back.
I know. I mean, it was like hundreds of people. Somebody was definitely riding with a giant speaker. It was crazy. It was so much fun. And so that kind of just like got me hooked, I guess.
So at that point, like when did you buy yourself a fixed gear? Or were you still on this hybrid for a lot of it?
No. Okay. So I only had the hybrid maybe for like 1 or 2 rides. And then I was like, I need a bike. And I really wanted to buy a fixed gear and my parents wouldn't let me.
Why?
Because they said it was too dangerous. I don't know. My uncle, he was actually a bike messenger in San Francisco.
Dang. Ooh. You got blood. You got blood in the game.
So he, I don't know. He might have told them, no, don't let her ride a fixed gear. It might have been him. But yeah, they wouldn't let me. So I bought a road bike and it was like a nice little like Trek, I don't know, like 10 speed or something. And so I rode that for a while. And then I moved to Nashville for college.
Wow, you've been all over.
Yeah. And well, also I'm from Vegas, born and raised, but I went to high school in New Hampshire. I went to boarding school.
Wow, you're just going back and forth from the country.
Yeah. And honestly, I was kind of flying all over because I was playing soccer like really competitively through high school. And then I played at Vanderbilt. That's how I wound up there.
Wow.
Yeah, so I played like college soccer for my first 2 years of college. and then I quit. Which was kind of like the best decision ever because then I just rode my bike all the time.
Sick.
Yeah. But I think it was probably like 2008. I sold the road bike and bought a Bianchi Pista. And I rode that, the Chrome.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, that's a good bike.
At some point though, I painted it pink, like neon pink.
That's even cooler.
I think everybody went through their like spray paint their bike phase.
Yep, it's true.
Mm-hmm. I had mine powder coated.
Oh, you went in.
I found a guy to do it, and he like found the brightest pink for me. It was awesome. So that bike was like a true Barbie bike. I had like I think I had like a purple. What was that? It wasn't a chucker. It was like was there like a B?
B43?
Yes, B43. I had like purple B43s. It was
Wow,
it was crazy.
pink and purple going in. Could it bar spin a 700?
No, but I had a 650 on the front.
Dang!
Sick.
It was like, I'm sure I have pictures of it somewhere. It was very much like, if you see it now, it was very like that era.
So
bike.
So at no point have you lived in California? Mm-mm. Oh, that's so weird. I feel like I used to like see footage of you at all these different, I guess like local events, smaller events. Would you go to a lot of events around here?
I mean, the one I remember going to was Summer Fix?
Yeah.
I know I went to that because I think that summer I was in LA a lot. I think my husband and I were staying with one of our friends. And so I know I don't remember how long we were there for, but maybe, I don't know.
That checks out.
No, I mean, so I probably rode all over, but I don't think I don't remember going to that many events out there. I remember that one.
Maybe it was.
But I could.
Okay.
I could be forgetting.
I just feel like I would see like there used to be all those events where it would just kind of be everybody riding in a circle on flat ground. You know what I mean? Like there's a DJ and there's just like it's like a flat ground trick comp maybe. And I feel like I've seen footage of you at those, but thinking about it now, it's probably the same weekend as like Summer Fix. It's just all Summer Fix.
It probably was because I do remember that, and I remember Katrina was there.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that. Did you ride with her? Because she was from there.
I have ridden with her, but I never like really rode with her or got to know her. But I know that she was like part of the local Long Beach scene, pretty heavy.
She was really cool. Because when I rode in Summer Fix, so I don't know if I'm like jumping ahead. I might be.
It's okay. Go for it.
You're fine.
Jump ahead.
I didn't have. What was I riding? When was it? That was 2010.
Could have sworn you were on green Matt Cinelli.
I was.
Yeah.
I was. And so the reason that was, that bike was kind of an abomination. I'm not going to lie.
Green Cinelli, pink Deep V's.
Because, I think they were 26-inch pink chuckers to like purple profile. And it's because those were the wheels that were going to go on my ESB. That's what it was. But I didn't have my ESP yet, and like the bike I was riding was in Nashville because I was just like in Vegas for the summer, and then I drove to LA. So like I didn't have my bike with me, so Cinelli sent me a bike, and I just built it up with like whatever I had lying around.
Dang.
And so that bike couldn't even bar spin. Like there's like photos of me where it looks like I'm bar spinning. I would literally just like bar spin it, and it would hit my foot and then spin back around the other way.
Yeah, hit the artificial bar spin rewind.
Yeah, yep. And then there was also like the chain line was just a disaster. So like when I wasn't supposed to ride in that comp, like, and I'd never even done a comp before in my life. I was there like just hanging out with Kat, and I think there was something before the competition, like what you said, like where everybody was just kind of riding around and doing like tricks, and it was chill. And we were like, okay, we'll just kind of do that and like ride the course a little bit and be done with it. But I think John probably, he was like emceeing or something. And I just remember like he called, like during the competition, I'm just taking photos for my blog, and he calls my name, and like, I like basically died. I was like, I'm not going out there. Cause like I've never done anything like that. And I've I'd never even ridden in a like park or on any features like that. I definitely never done like competition, and I grew up playing soccer, not like anything where it has like a comp format.
Sure. Although every game of soccer is kind of like a competition if you think about it.
Well,
You're not the only one out there.
That's true.
That almost made it worse though, because like I just felt perpetually in the way. Because I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Also, wait, I'm not supposed to cuss, right?
That doesn't matter.
No, you can do it.
I'll try not to, because I mean I just have like no filter, so I might on accident.
That's okay.
I don't wanna, like,
as long as it's not within the first like 2 minutes, it's fine.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay. Anyways, I don't even remember what happened during it because I was like in a sheer panic of like, what am I supposed to do?
You just blacked out during your runs.
Yeah. I have no idea what I did. And so I think I just went out there and like tried to do stuff, but like, I mean, and then my chain, I just remember my chain kept dropping. And I think I like sent you that picture at someone because I saw when I was like, I think that's Keto fixing my bike.
That's so nice of him.
He was so nice. Yeah, because he was just like trying because the bike was a mess. It just wasn't, it wasn't meant for that.
Yeah.
And then Katrina actually saved me. She ran over and just gave me her bike.
Oh, let's go.
I rode her bike because she had a pretty cool bike at the time. I think it was after she had gotten sponsored.
Yeah, did she ride for Unknown?
I don't know, but I know that she
No,
had
I think it was RYD. I think it was RYD.
I don't even know what it was called. It's like ISAR or something, like ISYAR or something was the frame she had.
I don't know. We'll have to look into that one. I don't know off the top of my head. I'll try to find it.
I think you can still find an edit that she did for them that's out there.
Cool.
Was she on 26 yet? Or was she still on 7s?
I don't know. I think they might have been 26s.
Because I think I might have built, with 2010, I might have built her bike.
That's cool.
Yeah.
She was cool. So yeah, so she just ran over and saved the day. So then I rode her bike for whatever time I had left on that run. And again, I'm sure I did nothing. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was like, I guess I didn't die. So that was the lesson I learned that, it was fine. It was okay.
This was assumingly Summer Fix 1, right? 2010?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
My very first competition run was the next year at that Summer Fix 2, and I was equally mortified and just fell, and my bike kept fucking up the whole time.
I mean, I think maybe that's just like that has to happen, right? Because then at that point, like the next time, what can go wrong?
Yeah, you get it out of the way.
Canon event.
It's true. And I mean, like the other things I remember from that, because it wasn't all just like terrifying. I remember, I think, what was it? Was it Jeffy D? Templar? Yeah. I just remember he was so freaking nice because he was like, I don't know, just cheering me on and high-fiving me, and that made it a lot better.
That's amazing. So. What a good guy.
Yeah, he was really nice.
Jeffy D, Keo Curry. Gotta pay our respects. RIP to the goats. Let's backtrack a little bit. At this point, were you sponsored by Cinelli already, or were you now past Cinelli and going on to 14 Bike Co? Where were you?
Okay, so I was actually never sponsored by Cinelli.
What?
Whoa!
Yeah.
What?
I know. I don't know if they were like, they weren't like. I don't know. I don't know if they were sponsoring anybody like for like fixed gear freestyle kind of stuff at the time. But I think whenever I put out that clip where I jumped the 5-stair on the Vigarelli,
yeah,
I think that caught they loved that, obviously. Everybody else hated it. I got so much shit for that. Like I don't know why. It made people so angry.
They should look at the scene now.
I know. I mean, like, well, it's also crazy because, I mean, I get it. It's a track bike, but, like, it's not like it was, like, vintage or something irreplaceable.
No.
Like, it's a mass-produced track frame. And two, like, everybody was like, that fork is carbon. Like, you're going to wreck your face. I mean, it never broke. So, I mean, I think that's also why Cinelli loved it. But also, like, and they put carbon stuff on, like, mountain bikes and bikes where people are doing way crazier stuff now. So
yeah, if people think that a frame and fork are going to break from one 5-stair drop, then that's just silly. Also, let's look at the way Slum is beating up aluminum bikes now, and the Scream bikes that everyone's breaking.
Slum single-handedly, dude. I'm pretty sure Slum single-handedly like ruined an entire generation of bicycle kids to just trick on aluminum frames and think it's okay.
Yeah, it's really come full circle, hasn't it?
I mean, it was really light and like.
Yeah, it's easy to maneuver.
Yeah, so there's that.
So you weren't sponsored by Cinelli?
No, I mean, I like they definitely were super cool and like supportive of me. It was Ben Coffey, who he was like the Cinelli USA. He might be back there now. I don't remember. I think he's at Thompson. But no, like at some point I became friends with him. And he was just like, super cool to me. He was the one who like he hooked me up with my road bike. I think he was the one who, when I was like, I don't have a bike and I'm going to this, thing in LA, like he saw what he had in my size and was like, here you go, like sent me that mash.
Yeah.
So no, like he definitely looked out for me. He was super cool.
So you basically were just getting like homie hookups from Cinelli.
Yeah, well, I mean, my Vigorelli, I bought that.
Yeah. Wait, why didn't you have a bike going into Summerfix? Where'd the Vigorelli go?
It was in Nashville.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you just didn't bring your bike over.
Right.
And then
I was in Vegas for the summer, and then I thought, like, I knew that was going to happen. I was like, so we drove out there.
That's sick.
Like, and stayed out there for a little while.
And then, so you did get sponsored by 14 Bike Co. Is that one right?
Yeah. Like very, very briefly and sort of. That's another. Okay. I mean, I was, yeah. So I think it's like backtracking a little bit to earlier in 2010. It was that Death Pedal 2 premiere. It was like the world premiere, which that event was nuts. It was absolutely crazy.
Was this the one in Richmond?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was insane. So this one. So, okay, I'm going to back up a little further because so I was coming at that point. I had been in Nashville for 2 years, and like my first 2 years I was playing soccer. So like I commuted everywhere on my bike, but I wasn't like riding with other people or doing anything like that. And at some point I saw like a couple of kids on a fixed gear because I know when I first moved there I looked for people and there was nobody there riding, and I was like, well, that sucks. Whatever. It's not like I have time anyways. But I would always kind of keep an eye out. And at some point, I saw a couple of kids riding fixed gears, and I was like, oh, shit. Like, this is it. This is awesome. Like, who are these people? And I asked somebody I knew who had organized some rides in, like, a small town outside of Nashville, like, if he knew who they were. And he did. So then I started going on their rides. And on, like, the very first ride I went with them, that was our crew Scum Life.
Scum Life.
Yeah.
Nice. That's edgy.
Scum Life. It's so dorky. I love it though. So that first ride is where I met my now husband. So it was just like.
Is he a fixed gear guy too?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
He was like OG Scum Life. Him, our friend Dave, our other friend David, Art. Like this crew was the best. I'm not gonna lie. I'm biased. But like there was just nothing like it. Like we rode together almost every day. Like there was always something going on. Like alley cat sprint races. We would have alley cats that ended like at a party where we would then do like gold sprints.
The good old days. The good old days. There's so many things.
It never ended. And I think actually one of my first like exposures to like fixed gear tricks was we did a screening, I think of like bootleg sessions.
Which one?
I feel like it was right when the third one came out, but I think we watched all three.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so sick.
Somebody would like get a DVD and we'd have like a screening event. And I remember thinking that was like, once I saw it, I was like, oh shit, I want to do that. It was Tom LaMarche. I was like,
yes.
That's the kind of shit. Yes! I'm sure that's what encouraged me to like just say, because like I'm a chicken. I'm not like normally like I don't know how to. I think too much, right? Like I don't.
Oh, you got the pizza man problem.
You have the pizza man.
I do. Like, and like with soccer, I think I just started it because I played goalie, and like was insane. But I think it's because I started it so young, and I cared way more about not getting scored on than I did getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know. Sometimes I would find ways to apply that to writing, and I feel like when I saw some of Tom's stuff, I was like, I want to do that. So I'm sure that's why I just like chucked myself off of some stairs.
Sometimes that Tom writing really just evokes something in you that just makes you want to go for something.
Yeah.
It's such good.
Turn it on. Like, you just got to turn it on.
You do.
Yeah, it's such good hype writing. How did you get noticed by all these companies?
Okay, so I had a blog. I think even before I was writing, it was like, I don't know, it was like the blogger area.
Blog era.
I had like a blog spot or something, and then that turned into at some point into like an actual like a WordPress blog or whatever. And so I would just blog about like whatever I was doing. And then when I was writing all the time with like the Nashville scene, I was just like constantly, it was like events all the time. So, and I would just write about them. Be like, we watched bootleg session, whatever it was like we were doing and posting pictures. And I don't know, I think at some point probably started like picking up some of my stuff. And then whenever I started doing tricks, so like there were a couple people in our group who, did a couple of tricks. Like my husband is the one who taught me how to bar spin. I think he taught me in like a day. And then after that, it like started like opened a can of worms. So I would just, post little dumb pictures of me like track standing and doing bar spins and doing my little leg over skids. And I think I just, I don't know, probably would repost some of the pictures sometimes.
Cool.
So that got me a little bit of attention. And then I'm like one of those people who, when I get into something, I pretty much make it my whole personality. Like,
fair. All of us.
I go all in.
All of us.
All of us with fixed gear.
Yeah. It's like that hyperfixation. So like, I was just like, it was all I did all the time. And so I was like really enthusiastic, and I would just go to a lot of events and make friends and that kind of thing. And so I think 14 Bico might have been my first sponsor. I was trying to remember who was first. I think it most likely was them. And really that came about, and this is why I say sort of, because it was NAHBS, which is like North American Handmade Bicycle Show, which is where the Death Pedal 2 premiere was. And so that was my first event that I went to where it was like, the like fixed gear freestyle scene. Like everybody was there.
Wow.
Pretty much at the time.
Yeah.
And it was, like Tom was there. Wonka was there. Conga was there. Like everybody. It was, Kareem, obviously.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was wild. And so there I met, because I think I'd probably been talking online to Prawley. John, I don't know, I'll say Prawley.
We know Prawley. We know him as Prawley.
Yeah. So, I met him in person there, and he was super cool. I think I met Super Ted, and I met Tony Fast. I'll send you guys some
all the OGs.
The GOAT.
And like, again, I was coming in that, like in Nashville, like we just partied all the time. Like that it was, we'd drink and ride and have a good time. And so like, I think Super Ted was all about that. And I think so was Tony. So I think we all just like clicked. Like we were just like a bunch of goofballs, being goofy and crazy. And I think at some point Ted said he'd build me a bike.
Yes.
Probably when he was drunk. And I don't remember if like I might have just held him to it, or I feel like maybe probably or somebody else who was there was like, yep, you said that, you got to build it. So I feel like that's pretty much just how it came about. So yeah, so Ted built me, he had the ESB.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And like, 14 Bico sent me a couple. I know I had like a little like Super Ted 14 Bico shirt, all, but like that bike was a beast. It was big and heavy. So I only rode it for, I don't know, a couple of months.
Dang.
Before I wound up on volume.
The craziest thing to me, though, is you probably have one of the few ESBs in the States, right? Or you had...
That's the question, though. Do you still have it?
No. My friend Candace might have it, though.
No way.
Here's what it was. It was too big for me. Like, it was just way too big for me. So that was the problem. And it was, I mean, well, I don't know, though, because I think I jumped that 7 stair on that. Like, I definitely did, like, a couple of things on that bike that, like, it did help me progress a little bit compared to, you know, being, because I wasn't going to do that on the Cinelli. At that point, I was like, maybe
you're like,
yeah, fair.
I mean, I'm only going to push my luck. You know, I got away with the 5 stair, so.
Yeah. How were you receiving this hate for jumping the 5 stair on the Cinelli? Like, because, you know, social media really...
I got hate for a lot of stuff. I got hate for a lot of stuff back then. So it was just...
Was it like on blog comments? Like, because there's no social media really. You can't get like direct hate DMs, I think.
I mean, forums, but I think mostly like on Prolly, because there was like you could comment on that.
That's right.
And like almost all the comments were just like, you're going to break your face. And some people were like, this makes me so angry. I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah, that's stupid. You know what's funny is we can probably still find those comments.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can.
I'm gonna put them as a screenshot on the screen if I can find them right now. Yeah.
I don't know. I definitely got a lot of hate for a lot of stuff back then though.
You know what's funny is I've been reliving fixed gear hate comments as of the last week because I put out that Tom documentary, and apparently people still really hate fixed gears.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, it reached outside of its target demographic, and people are like, "This shit is so gay." Like, it's bad.
Yeah,
ride a real bike.
I don't know why it makes people so angry.
It makes people really angry.
Like, weirdly, like, why are you so, like, obsessed with this?
It is. And it's like this little subculture that's really minding their own business. And I don't know, it's going out of your way to, like, hate it is weird to me.
I remember, like, BMX people used to think it was the stupidest thing, but also, like, a lot of, like, the older, like, just, like, commuter guys and, like, roadie guys. I remember, like, I've gotten to, like, a really heated, like, online feud with some, like, Nashville... Like, I don't know. They're just like commuter
core. You guys,
commuter guys. Yeah. And what's funny is like I ended up like later on, working with like I worked at this bike shop and ended up like I don't know, like becoming friends with all these dudes. And I was like, do you guys remember when all that went down? And they were like, oh shit, yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
you guys are embarrassing. You were arguing with a 19-year-old girl.
That's hilarious. They always come around. And
I think the biggest thing though is like most of the people I know who I grew up riding fixed gear with all transitioned out like outside of fixed gear if they don't still ride, and it's like most of them didn't give up biking, they just switched off riding fixed gear.
Yeah.
And it's like to still have that much hate in the air after like I feel like all the fixed gear people went so far out.
Yeah.
It's like
I feel like even around like 2010, like almost all the people I rode with in Vegas had moved on to like road bikes and were like in Lycra, like going hardcore, just like super cool. Like, I mean, but like training, super serious, like riding.
Yeah.
So I feel like at that point, they even thought fixed gear was stupid.
You usually take the path, well, in modern day, the new path is to go vintage mountain bike or BMX. But back then it was you either become a roadie or a BMX rider. But I've always noticed that it's the people who comment the most, who have the most to say, you always go to their profile and they don't ride or they suck. They can barely 180 their BMX. So it's like, oh, there's clearly some kind of like weird jealousy, like thing going on here, because like, you know, Deacon and I are friends with like tons of like BMX X Games athletes that think fixed gear is cool and they like to try our bikes, and like it's always like those guys are always really cool with it, so it's obviously like an insecurity thing.
You know what's crazy actually, when I was at the skate park here, I met like there was a couple like BMX kids And I was like, I'm gonna get roasted. They're just gonna like rip on me. Like I'm like this old lady at the skate park riding my fixed gear. I remember I fell and some like little kid was like, "Are you okay, ma'am?" And I'm just like,
Oh,
fine.
you got called ma'am.
Oh. And I was just like, okay, great. But no, they were like super cool, and they were like, "What? That's a fixed gear?" They were like, "Oh," and so maybe it's changing a little bit because they seemed pretty hype. I know one of them said I had an epic fakie, and I was like,
Oh, let's go.
they were super nice.
Epic.
Yeah, I was like, okay, maybe like the skate park battle. I don't know. It's just different than what I remember. But so is honestly the fixed gear scene because I got hate from within the fixed gear scene too, a lot. But you know,
I think all those people just quit.
I was gonna say all those people are probably out now.
Those are the ones that just left, and now they sit on their couch and they look at Instagram and they go, "I wish I had never got rid of my bike."
Yeah.
Also, I don't think anybody I was getting hate from was like anybody who was actually that good.
Exactly. See,
it wasn't anybody who was like sponsored or anything because I feel like most of it was coming from like mediocre dudes.
Yes.
Who were really, really mad that I was sponsored and they weren't. And like I get it, like I probably wasn't as good. They were mediocre dudes and they were probably better than me. But like it wasn't even just I was also going to all the events. I was blogging all the time. Like I was just not an asshole. Like I'm a nice person. I like to and I was just like genuine and having fun. And yeah, like I think a lot of the brands were probably like, well, we have to have like one girl on the team.
Yeah.
And yeah.
There you go.
So I'll take it.
It's dumb to compare. And yeah, like I said, it just backs up the claim that it's always the worst people, the people who are the worst at riding bikes who have the most to say.
Dang. And now you get to look at all those people and be like, I'm number 2.
Yeah.
You're like, I got the medal. You don't have any medal.
My dad keeps calling me number 2.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Making fun of me.
It worked.
Number 2.
It's hilarious.
That's so good. Let's think back a little bit here. You got sponsored by 14 Bike Co. The bike was too big. Then you just said you got on Volume. You rode for Volume?
Mm-hmm.
I did not.
That's like my main sponsor.
I didn't know that.
I had no clue you were rode for Volume.
Yes. Okay. So I'll back up a little bit. So once I so Ted was building my ESB, right? That took a very long time because I don't remember when Richmond was, but I feel like it was maybe like March. I don't know. Does that sound right?
I could look this up.
I remember that. It was still pretty cold out. That's what I remember.
Consulting encyclopedia.
Yeah, and so Ted's building the bike. That took forever because I don't think I got that bike until August, I want to say. In between that time,
February.
I had reached out. Yeah, okay, February. So sometime between February and August, I think I'd reached out to Velocity.
Ooh.
And so I picked them up.
Good.
They hooked me up with those pink chuckers.
Good for you. I got denied. I got denied from Velocity.
What? Oh, no.
Good for you.
And then who else was it? Oh, Profile. So then I reached out to Profile. And I had those purple hubs.
Just snatching up sponsors left and right.
I was.
I'll take you.
I honestly didn't even. I just would reach out. I don't know. I kind of just thought I was like, how do I want to build up this bike? And then I was like, hey, I have this sponsor and I need the parts for this bike. And Profile was the biggest surprise. I couldn't believe they were like, yeah, we'll send you some hubs. And I was like, okay, sweet.
So
I like Profile. So
do you think it would be fair to say that you were one of the top women in the entire scene at this point? Like, was there anybody else who was kind of competing with you at all?
Yeah, there were. Okay, so I don't know if I would say I was the best because I think everybody. I think that. Okay, so it was Juliet, obviously.
At this point, she was probably out of the scene.
She was still in it, but she was the first girl I saw doing tricks. I feel like maybe I don't know what I saw her do. Probably like a leg over skid, and I think that's what made me want to do a leg over skid. Because she was just so freaking cool. Her whole she rode super fast. Like everything she did was awesome.
Yeah.
And so I started learning tricks, and I think for a while it was just me and her. And then I started like jumping stairs and doing bar spins, and I think she started stepping up and doing some stuff too. And then I learned fakie, and so then I could use little banks and do bar spin to fakie to slider.
Yeah.
And so that I think probably at that point, I don't know. I don't want to say I was like the best, but yeah, I was definitely up there at least. And then Christina from Baltimore came on.
Oh my gosh, she was so good.
Yes. I know she had they had like a scene. They had quite a few people there who were like, knew what they were doing. And so she just progressed so freaking fast.
She had the BMX background too.
Yeah.
She rode BMX.
I mean, she still rides.
Yeah.
And she's like really good. So she was super cool. I feel like it was the three of us at a certain point. And I think she rode for like Holdfast. Yeah. And I don't even remember. She rode for Profile too. She had a lot of sponsors. Nice. She just like racked them up, but she was so good.
Yeah, she rode the Holdfast 24 frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect person to ride it.
And then, but yeah, so I feel like it was us three, and then, Katrina, right?
Yeah, I feel like Katrina was more locally known. I feel like her riding didn't go too far outside of the scope of Southern California, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I don't know how long she stuck around. She was also she was in high school, right? Yeah, she was pretty young. Yeah. I remember.
She dated our boy Robert Rice.
Really good. She was really good though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like good. She had I feel like she was doing like pedal grinds. Like she was like good.
She put pegs on her bike and definitely learned feebles. I remember that.
I can't do that.
Oh, I bet you could if you put on a peg.
Maybe. I have to.
You'll get there.
The thing, I don't have like a BMX, but like the only bike I ever rode was besides that road bike was fixed gear. So like.
You're native.
Yeah, which I feel like is somewhat out of the ordinary, but.
Hey, me and you both.
And Miguel.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Miguel, yeah, Miguel did. That's crazy.
He started on FGFS.
Then he went to fixed gear.
And then he found out that BMX was easier.
Yeah. So anyways, Volume noticed you. How did you get on Volume?
I think I just asked them. I told them, I was like, I need a bike.
Did you talk to Brian or Law?
I talked to, I feel like Brian and, was there Matt? Was there somebody named Matt?
Maybe I don't know all the people at Volume, but now there's like a Curtis and Law. Those are like the two contacts I have at least now.
I know it was like I talked to Brian and somebody else. I feel like it was somebody named Matt.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
But I can't remember for sure. And so they sent me my Thrasher. So that's how I got that Thrasher V1. I rode that. I think at some point they sent me the Fu Manchu fork and I swapped that out.
Nice.
And then, but really what I was waiting for the whole time was the Vandal, which I know, I feel like it gets, I had the Vandal. I liked it. Cause I think I liked it cause it was small.
Yeah.
So that
look,
it was small.
It'll be better than a Thrasher at that point because the Thrasher was like probably a little big for you, I assume, right?
Yeah.
So
it was really good. It was really good at riding backwards, J-Ball.
You could ride fakie on it real nice.
You could go so fast backwards on that bike.
That slacked head tube.
I probably just wasn't, I don't know. I didn't ride it, I guess, for that long because I probably stopped riding, at some point after getting that. I don't remember how long though because I think by then I was in New York. But I don't know. I think I really liked it. I liked the Vandal. I know it gets a lot of hate, but it was cool, and it was so like I don't know. It just fit me better.
Yeah, of course. I think
also, I was riding the Thrasher with 26s, which like.
Yeah, not
so was Steven Jensen though. I think we all did it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He did.
We all had to try and figure out that it wasn't it.
It's true. There was only a handful of 700C frames that looked good with 26s. It was like the Hammer and surprisingly Mike Din's Mordecai and a few other bikes here and there. But so is that Thrasher that you kind of came back on? Was that the same exact bike?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. so it's so crazy. I didn't even know I had it. And then
You just thought it disappeared?
yeah, basically I thought either I'd like given it to somebody or sold it or my mom did. I had no idea I still had it. Because once I kind of quit, like I just got rid of all my bikes. And like I was living in Brooklyn, so like we had no space. So like we literally got rid of all of our bikes and then just got like really crappy beater road bikes. So we'd have like something to ride, but like, you know, not care if it gets stolen.
Well, it's surprising that you moved to Brooklyn and then sold the fixed gears, because that's like a pretty big fixed gear hub, I feel like.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you want, like, I can get into all that, but yeah.
I mean, yeah. What made you quit?
You want me to?
Yeah.
Do you want like the real reason or like the easy reason?
Give it real. Keep it real with us. Keep it 100.
Well, okay, I'll start with the easy reason, because I had just started law school, so I was busy.
Oh shit.
Because I moved to Brooklyn and I was going to Brooklyn Law School, and I think I'd also just started shooting for Brooklyn Vegan. So I was going to shows like probably 3 to 4 nights. Like if I wasn't in school and studying, I was going to shows.
So you just didn't have time.
Yeah, but the real reason.
You don't have to say it if you don't want to.
No, it's fine. I'll say it because I feel
you could say it in the Patreon.
No.
I feel like
we're not keeping her for Patreon. She needs to go to bed.
I feel like it's good. No, I'll say it because like, and this is like I think props to you guys because like the way the scene is now is not anything like how it used to be. And like it wasn't always the like most welcoming space for women.
Yeah.
Because like I think you like it's insane that I'll even post videos of me riding now, because like I didn't for so long, and the reason was I just got like sick of it. I got sick of like anytime I posted a video of me riding, every single comment was either like, you know, just like all the dumb things that dudes say. It was either like, you're only sponsored because you're a girl, you're only sponsored because you're hot, actually you're also ugly. Exactly. So it's like none of it makes sense. Like so yeah, I just got kind of sick of that. And then like
that's fair.
I think that like kind of started spilling over into real life stuff, which was really shitty. Like, so I didn't even want to go to events because like, yeah, okay, like online bullshit is one thing.
Yeah.
So like I'd be lying. Like it definitely got to me. Cause like, you know, I don't know.
Of course. Younger. It's no like you're not some celebrity who can just like filter out all the like negative comments and like say like fuck that, who cares, I'm rich. You're like a real person.
And it was like I just wanted to be like hyped about bikes with other people who were hyped about bikes.
Yeah. And
instead it would like get twisted into this other bullshit. Cause like, I don't know, you know, people make assumptions, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that's what happens when the scene is at peak popularity, when people are just into it because it's cool. And people are jealous and haters. So it makes sense why you got out, but it's cool that you came back.
And like, cause I do want to like be like clear and real about the fact that like, I know like shit was probably toxic in general for like everybody, but like when there's only a handful of girls, like it's definitely,
it steers them away.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yep. And I think more than anything, honestly, I think one of the shittiest part about it was like, I don't find if like people I don't know, like who don't matter are shit talking me, it's one thing. But then like all the people who are like, well, these are all my friends, and like they don't kind of like.
No one stuck up for you.
Yeah. When no one like kind of like shuts that shit down, because there were people with like influence who easily could have been like, nah, don't do that. So it's like, it's really cool to see you guys being like that, because I think way before I posted, I would kind of look and I'd be like, oh dang, like there's like girls posting videos, and all the comments are just about them riding bikes, and not like being bunch of assholes. Because like it was also like no matter what I'd post, it would be like, this is stupid. Why'd you post this? You're not that good. And it's like, well, I'm excited about it, so okay, sorry.
That's so crazy.
I know, but like it's like obviously now as an adult it seems so stupid, but like back then I was like, oh, I guess I shouldn't post this. It's dumb. Like,
yeah.
So I just got tired of it. And then like, you know, in Nashville, I'm like with a bunch of people who know me. Like nobody would fuck with me in Nashville because like I have people who will have my back. You move somewhere brand new, and it's like now I have to go to like events and like put myself out there and do all this stuff, and like I don't know these people. Which means, like, you're kind of, like, I don't know. I just didn't feel like doing that. And I was like, I'm done. It stopped being fun. Honestly, it stopped being fun for me. It kind of ruined it. And that's, like, why I think, like, now, like, even, like, I don't know. That's why I'm so, like, reluctant to, like, go to stuff. Because I don't want it to get, like, ruined for me again. Not that I think things have totally changed. I think you guys are cool. And, like, the way what you guys have done with the scene, it's like so much more inclusive and so much more like welcoming. So yeah, good job.
Cool.
Good job, you guys.
That's what that's our goal. I mean, I feel like now the scene is at a point where we're just stoked because it's all like kind of just the core people who are here. We're just stoked when anybody wants to ride.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's like I see anybody riding and I get hyped.
Yeah. Oh, you're on the same bike as us? We are friends. Usually.
I mean, that's like what it should be, right? Like, that's what I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm a dork and I get really excited when there's other people who get into like whatever thing I'm just super excited about.
It's fun to nerd out about niche stuff with people.
Yeah. It's cool. And it's really cool to see like more and more girls getting into it. So I'm excited about that.
There's so many now. It's
crazy.
I feel like we have to talk about Yena too, though, because holy crap!
I mean,
she's just so good.
She's a beast.
Never in my wildest dreams did I think like a girl would be doing any of the stuff she does on a fixed gear. And it's not that I don't, you know, like I feel like obviously women are just as capable, but it's like I was talking about before, like all this stuff is kind of stacked against you because like. To me, I look at some of the best riders and you see like how they progress. They're riding together. They're doing all this stuff together. Like that just like elevates you. So like when you're kind of on the outside of that and you can't, you know, because like I think that's part of it was, I don't know, that aspect of it for me was kind of like a bummer because I, you know, wanted to be leveling up and be riding with people who were better than me, but I didn't really feel like that was like a space for me, you know? But I don't. So I don't know. Just the level that she's at is just. I love it. It's
insane. she's absolutely killing it. Like we were telling Pizza, we rode with Pizza the other day, and we're like, dude, Yena's so much better than you.
She's better than a lot of people. She's really freaking good.
She's really good, and not only is she good, she's got a really good style. Everything's so clean,
so steezy too.
Yeah, it's cool. She's in South Korea, just home of like just all of the best flat ground riders in the world right now. So she's just like among greatness and just progressing with them. It's really cool.
I hope she keeps riding fixed gear.
Me too. I'm worried about her dedication to the sport because I know she loves BMX. But hopefully
That's okay though. Like as long as she kind of, you know, because if she wants to like follow whatever is most fun for her right now, as long as she keeps coming back to fixed gear.
Yeah, just give us like give us like 2 clips a year and we're happy.
She's gonna be like the Miguel, dude. She's gonna be like
like Miguel.
She's just so freaking good.
And speaking of like being around people though, right now you seemingly ride like alone a lot.
Yeah, I do.
Is that right?
I do. It's just me. Yeah.
The progress you've made from riding alone is incredible. Honestly, like it's so not inspiring sometimes to ride by yourself. Get your husband to like get out there with you. Do some bar spins.
I mean, he'll come out sometimes, but he doesn't like. He likes riding, but he doesn't really care about tricks.
Yeah.
As much.
Yeah, not everyone does.
Like, he'll be the first to say like. I mean, because he learned bar spins. He's like, I'm not like learning other stuff. And then I don't know. I just
okay. I have an idea. You and your husband pick a bar, split edit.
I mean, I don't know what he's gonna do.
Teach him to ride fakie.
I tried. So he He likes just figuring stuff out for himself, so I just have to let it.
Okay. Well, the progress you've made riding alone is really great. Like, what are you drawing inspiration from right now? How are you going? How do you keep going?
I mean, I think part of it just like I like it. Like I don't know if it's just the way my brain is, but like I get some weird satisfaction from trying something over and over and over again. Like I'm probably not that good. I'm just very persistent or something.
Hey, that breeds
The
results.
dopamine receptor.
Yeah, it is. Cause like I'll just be out there trying. I want to get tricks, and yeah, like I'll see other people doing cool shit, and I'm like, I want to do that. So then I'll watch some videos, and I'll go out there and try. But I'm usually just kind of like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just try to figure it out.
Before I get more into like current day, what brought you back to fixed gear? Was it just finding that old bike?
No, okay. No, because one, we moved. So, in like the very end of 2020, we moved from Brooklyn up to like the Hudson Valley area. We bought a house. So we have space. So we were like, let's build up some bikes.
Sick.
So we both built up like our little like dream NJS builds. So
Whoa, we need a pause. I need to hear about this.
Okay, so I have a Ganwell Pro, and it's so cute.
I need you send me pics.
Look in the track bikes only. It's in there.
Oh.
It's in there.
Oh, I can't change it right now. We're in Discord.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. We're good.
I'll send it. I think
I'll
there's
look
pictures
after.
on my Instagram. There's pictures on my Instagram. It's so cute. It's like matte pink and like and blue.
Ooh.
And it's
yes.
I actually
sick.
built it up almost identical to how I ended up building up my Cortec. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh,
That's 'cause
nice.
I know what I like. So yeah, I rode that for a little bit, and I was like, I think the first thing I did was like, I want to see if I can still ride backwards, which I could. That didn't go away.
Yes, muscle
I don't know
memory.
why. Yeah, but that was always something, I don't know why. For some reason, fakie was something that was like, that one came, like bar spins came easy, fakie came easy, and those skids came, like the leg over skids came easy. Everything else was like a battle. So yeah, we just started riding again.
So it's because you got space.
Yeah, and because there had been enough like time away, I think, where I was like, I like riding bikes. I want to do this. So we were doing that, and then I didn't even realize like people were still doing tricks and stuff. And then I think I don't know. At some point, I found like you guys, and I was like, oh shit, people are still doing this. This is awesome. And that made me want to like
Nice.
start.
Let's
doing
go.
We helped you get back in.
No, I mean that's like it. When I saw people do, I was like, oh shit, people are still doing this, and like everybody seems like way cooler, and it seems like, I don't know, just way more chill than it used to be, and not like that big of a deal. Because it was like, it got weird, I think, like, I don't know, probably around the time like Red Bull like started getting into it, it just totally changed, because it felt like it was all about like getting sponsored.
Who was the
and doing
best?
stuff. Yes, and it's like, no, that's not, because it's like, that's really not what it's about. I don't, at least not for me. And sorry, now I'm getting distracted.
It's okay. How'd you get back into fixed gear? That's
Yeah, so yeah, that was it. I built up that NJS bike. I then stumbled up, because I was like getting back into fixed gear, found you guys, started watching some clips on Instagram, and was like, I want to build up like a trick bike. I want to be able to do some tricks. And around that same time, my mom moved and was like, I have a bunch of crap in my garage, like of your stuff, like come get it. And I was like, okay. And she's like, I like bikes and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I don't think you have any of my bikes. I think I got rid of them. And then, I actually had a couple of like random bike stuff in there. And then that's when I found like, it was like still in the Thrasher box. I guess I must have put it back in the box and stored it. And I was like, oh shit, this is perfect. And so I took it, built it back up.
That's so cool.
Rode that for a bit. I think I've probably swapped the fork out like 4 different times, because just the
Can I
overlap.
Barson?
Yeah, and it's the tiny. I have the smallest one.
Nice.
You have to
I-
like be like perfect. I have to like try to bar spin at like I
12
guess
o'clock.
12 and
I had the
six,
same
yeah.
one. I had the small.
And so I mean, I think I put I got a Fu Manchu fork and put that on there, and it gave me like a tiny bit more. And then I probably got the chopstick and put that on there. But then I got my Cortec, and it was like a dream. And I was like, oh, now I can just bar spin. I don't even have to think about it.
It's so nice, right?
Oh my god, it's so spoiled. I feel like I'm so spoiled. I'm like, oh crap, I'm not gonna be able to even ride that other bike anymore.
It's
But
got the best geometry in the game.
I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It is because it's perfect because I like more of like a track bike feel. Because that's what I started doing tricks on.
Yeah.
And like I think I mentioned this kind of like I do everything like sitting down like very upright. So it's just like that kind of like more track-ish like it's not
That track geometry supports your sit down desire or your comfort level.
I think it's just that's how I realize like in trying to like when I'm trying to relearn stuff on the 26 on the high tech, that's just like I use like my seat as like a lever or something for like everything I do, and how like the way I ride fakie. That like
so
I'll figure it out.
Don't worry, you should just join Matt and I and Kareem now in the way too tall seat post gang.
yeah,
Like I'm like 2.5 fists of seat posts now because I'm just like I don't do anything where I need like the room for my legs to go through there, so I
Yeah.
just leave it up tall and it works great.
Yeah, I did. I think I raised my seat super high at one point on the high tech, and it looked so goofy. But I mean, whatever. It worked.
Whatever's
I could ride
comfy.
fakie on it that way.
whatever's comfy. Before I ask you more questions about this, I really want to touch on Red Bull real quick.
Oh yeah.
Because you are the only woman to ever be invited to a Red Bull ride and style event. You got invited to 2011, the very first one. What was that whole experience like, and how did that come about?
Okay, so that was crazy too. So when I was in Nashville, I think I don't remember what time, maybe like early 2010, I started working at a bike shop called Nashville Bicycle Lounge, which was like there were two bike shops that were like really, I think, central to the fixed gear scene. It was Halcyon and then the Bike Lounge. And so because I was working out of there, the owner, and I was like the only employee. I think I was their first employee too.
Nice.
The owner like was really into like all the fixed gear stuff we were doing, and I think actually that might be why he hired me, because we would like organize alley cats and stuff. He's like, start doing that out of here. So I was like, my husband and I were just like constantly organizing like races and sprint races and like
Oh, nice.
little like yeah, just various like bike and bike adjacent events out of the bike lounge.
I didn't realize you had so much community involvement. You're like, we're serious.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's why like I would get sponsors and stuff too, because I was like, I mean, like all the events I did, I would get them a bunch of sponsors. So like I was, and I was working at the bike shop, so I was like talking to different like reps and stuff. And at some point, Red Bull, I don't remember how. I know I met, I think my like regional rep or something, probably at the bike lounge, and she would sponsor a bunch of our events.
Oh, cool. Ooh.
And then she told me, she's like, there's going to be this fixed gear event. Like, do you want to go to it? I'm like, yeah, okay.
Damn.
And it started just like progressing from there. And she's like, okay, like this is all the features. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I'll go. Yeah, I'll go. I'm going to try it. She's like, can you do all this? I'm like, yeah. And I remember she was like going to hook me up with like one of their like pro BMX riders to be able to try to learn from him. But I don't think he ever like
To train.
got back to her. Yeah, he probably was like, I'm not riding with some fixed gear kid. Because it was definitely somebody actually.
Imagine it's like
probably.
Garrett Reynolds.
It's just
I don't remember who it was, but it was somebody who lives in Nashville. I'll probably be able to look it up and figure it out at some point. But yeah, and so then like I think it was just that relationship, and then because they like flew me out there. They flew my husband out there because I was like, I can't go by myself. Like,
wow.
I'm like, and so she's like, okay. So like they paid for my hotel. They flew me out there. And I remember I had Red Bull all the time. Like I would just drive around with giant cases of Red Bull in my car because they were just like constantly giving it to me.
Sick.
And yeah, that's how that happened. And it was just, that event was unreal. I mean, it was like everything else before that was so, you know, like organized by people like within the scene, like pretty like DIY. This was just like, oh, this shit's changed.
It was the most official event.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool, but it was like, at the same time, it was like such a big departure.
Yeah, true.
Hey, did you keep the chrome bag though?
I don't think I even got a chrome bag.
All the athletes got a bag.
Maybe.
It's like the black roll top, but it says Red Bull on the front.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I got one.
Damn, we got to talk to someone. Someone fucked you over there.
Yeah,
should ask your husband about it. You should ask your husband
Maybe
about it. He has it.
Maybe he took it. So
no, I don't know. I remember getting a lot of stuff, so maybe because I had like a pink chrome bag, so maybe I just gave it to somebody else.
You were like, I already have mine. I already have one. I'm good.
I might have been. I probably gave it to one of my friends. So yeah, that's what I need to ask my friend Candace if she still has the ESP. She might have it still. Maybe.
That'd be a big one. That's like it's so rare to find ESPs in the US.
I know somebody who wants one. It's me.
Yeah, so
I'll ask her if she still has it.
Do you remember what you did during your runs?
Not really. I remember being also terrified because I was like, this is super legit. And at that point, that was my second comp. But at least I'd had the other experience. So I was like, okay, I can. And I was also better already by that point.
Yeah, you're on volume, right?
Yeah, I had a bike that actually I could ride. That was good. And like I had learned a lot more stuff. Like I had like fakie on lock at that point. So I probably didn't do anything crazy. I like went up on like banks and did a bar spin to fakie slider.
Sick.
Or like a little 180 out or something. I probably did some like endos. I don't think I did anything crazy. Because again, like I was not used to like even back then like doing tricks with other people around. I feel like I've gotten a little more used to it because I'll like go to the skate park here now. But like the first couple times I even went to the skate park here, I was like, this is just like too much. Like there's just
sensory overload.
Yeah, you're gonna get sensory overload if you come out to a comp.
It was just like, well, I've kind of learned how to like, okay, it's hard. Again, I don't know if this is just like not having a lot of experience with it to not feel like you're just in the way. And so I was like, I was more worried about like being in the way, and that's just so stupid. Like I should just like take up my space and like do my thing. But again, like I wasn't I had no business being out there. I'm gonna be honest. Like I really don't think I did. The caliber of riders that were riding in that was just like, it was literally the best of the best. Like it was absolutely insane.
There's such good riding that happened.
I didn't want to I just was really terrified to like, I don't know, fuck somebody else's run up or something.
Was everybody cool? Like were there any negative experiences with everyone you met? What were some of the best ones? Like who'd you enjoy meeting?
So by that point, I kind of just like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just like kept to myself. Because all the other stuff had already like gone down. Because like at some of the other events, I had like really shitty experiences. Again, not with anybody who was like actually good. Like I remember like I had a freaking blast with Ted. I had a freaking blast with Tony. Like they were all super cool and fun and like normal people. I'm trying to remember, like, Kareem was cool, obviously. Prolly was cool. Pretty much anybody who, like, you would know was cool. Either cool or, like, they just did their own thing. Like, I know I was, like, I definitely had some, like, conversations with Tom, and I was, like, around him, I think, during, like, the, you know, Death Pedal 2 premiere. But, like, I think I just remember him, like, he would just go ride and, like, be off doing something crazy, usually. And then I don't even remember if I think I saw him at some point during the Red Bull stuff, but yeah, he bailed, which like, I remember the time being like, oh damn. I mean,
Yeah, did everybody have like a reaction to that?
I don't know. I think you kind of got to respect it. I don't know.
Right? It's so metal to just leave.
It's pretty, yeah. Because like they were definitely like Red Bull. I know. I don't remember if it was like when they were trying to sponsor him, but I know they were like all about him, and he was like, "Nah, fuck this."
He's so sick.
He's like, I don't want that Red Bull money. I'm out.
He didn't give a fuck.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, he was like super punk rock, right? Like,
yeah.
He just, and like that was his whole like, so yeah, I kind of respect it, but I don't know what other people thought.
So no negative interactions at Red Bull for you?
No, but again, I didn't go to, I just came to the event and rode. And that was it. Like I didn't, unlike like a lot of the other stuff, I'd go to like all this stuff before. I'd like ride with everybody. I'd go to like parties afterwards. At that point, I was like, I'm just gonna go do my event, ride, be chill, and then be done.
Sounds like it was strictly business.
Yeah.
Dang.
I feel like I was almost already on the way out at that point, which kind of sucks. But it like I said, it really was just like, yeah, I just had some bad experiences at events, and it was like, I don't know. I didn't want to was not like a safe space, literally. Like, you know what I mean? And so like, I didn't want to just like put myself in any kind of.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I just did my thing.
Okay. That's really interesting context.
I do remember the backflip though.
Oh, Kozo.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Kozo's backflip.
I want to be like a bummer because a lot of people were super cool. Like I remember like tons of people who were super cool, and again, like anybody who you would know was cool.
Did you meet Josh Boothby?
Dude, I don't remember, but Josh was one of my favorite riders. I know that much.
He was so good.
Like so good. I feel like I remember he would do like, I don't know, like those like tire rides where I'm like, how is he doing that? Like he just did the craziest stuff.
Yeah, he was truly like ahead of his time for the stuff he was doing.
His style was so like dialed.
Yeah.
Like so everything felt so smooth and clean.
Cool. Did you have favorite riders back then?
Oh yeah. I mean Tom. Like I said, like because he just went like freaking all out like that, and that's not really how I ride. It's like how I wish I could ride. So I feel like. Yeah, I don't know. Tom, Soil Thornton, awesome. I think Wonka. I really liked Wonka. I'm trying to remember. I think really those three were my top three at the time.
Yeah, that's a great top three. Tyler's
was
so
real good.
Tyler's so good.
And yeah, Josh Booth. Okay, yeah. So Josh. Who am I thinking? Jacob Santos.
Ooh.
Who else?
All
I mean,
good
there were so. I feel like everybody had their own thing. Steven Jensen. Like there were just so many different
so many good
styles.
riders. Yeah, everyone had their own kind of carved their own lane, like for different tricks that they were good at. And then Matt Reyes won that year.
Yeah, and I mean like Keo. Okay, obviously.
Yeah, so
I feel like. Yeah, you just have to kind of give props.
Since we're talking about this, there's a question that I want to start asking every guest, and it's your Mount Rushmore of fixed gear tricks. You have to pick 4 that go on the Mount Rushmore. Who are they?
Wait, of like riders or tricks?
Of riders of all time.
I mean, obviously Tom LaMarche.
Yep.
Keo.
Yep.
Gotta be Keo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's really hard because it's like, how do you pick? Like, is it just about riding? It's about like how long you were in it.
It's however you want to interpret it.
Style points.
Do you want me to tell you mine? Do you want me to tell you mine first?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what Deacon's is, but my personal one is Keo. It's Tom, Steven Jensen, Wonka. Those are my 4.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
I could get into reasons, but Deacon, what's yours?
Okay, I feel like it's Nasty for me. Nasty.
Yeah.
Keo. Mm-hmm. TS for the crazy grinds. That's my style.
Mike Schmidt.
Dang, who's my third?
4th.
my fourth, it would have to be Jensen, bro. Just for that.
Yeah.
Just for the hang five. That hang five clip alone is just cemented.
Which one?
The one where he's like hitting the precision ride down the parking garage on the curb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
So
fair.
Yeah, I feel like who are I need more slots. That's the problem, right? Like
Yeah, I know. I could like my number.
Wonka is
Yes.
in there. He's in there. Okay, so now I got one spot left.
Yep, one spot. Well, who did we say so far? We said Keo, Tom, Wonka. Mm-hmm. Who's your fourth?
I don't know, because I don't want to.
Soil?
It's hard. It's hard. I think so, but like, it's so hard to also like, what about impact? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, like, and how long? Yeah, it's soil. Yeah, that's.
You could throw Julia Elliott on there too.
Yeah, honestly, I'd put Yena in there because she's freaking crazy.
Yeah, she's so good.
I mean,
She's truly changing
I was like trying
the
to
game.
explain to somebody. I was probably trying to. I think I was explaining to one of my friends. I was like, you don't understand, like, the gap, the space between me and Yena is like hilarious. Like it's funny how like I was like I might be number 2, but it's like there's like 30 spaces in between there.
No, I don't agree with that.
So good. She's so good.
She's not doing Keo bar spins.
Yeah, no Keo bars.
She's not doing Keo bar spins.
She could probably do this in a day.
Yeah, she's
I don't even know if mine count as like Keo bar spins. I feel like they're like little 180 bar spins.
Nah, they're cool. We like it. You're number 2 for a reason,
fun.
Devin. Don't
you take it.
Don't
take
downplay.
It. Be proud.
Don't
Be
downplay
proud.
yourself.
Oh, I'm good. I'll take my number 2. I'm just like I know she's like.
What did you think about the SMCGR this year as a whole? Do you have any opinions about it? Were you happy with it? Anything you would change?
No, I think it was pretty on point, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't remember the exact like order for the different ones, but I feel like you covered everybody who I was like, yep, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I know who, like, my top writers were for the year, so like.
To be fair, you helped me out a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yay.
You played a heavy hand, and at least there were a few riders who weren't totally on my radar that you really helped me out with, and that like one of the Brazilian girls who rides with Anibal, and she only had one clip for the year, but it was like a really good clip. You put her on my radar, and then
Oh, cool.
And then there's a few more I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyways, thank you for that. Really helped me out.
Yeah, there's that one girl I feel like Rob's, right?
Yes.
Like, she's really good.
That's who I'm talking about. I think.
Well, yeah, yeah. I want to see more stuff from her.
Me too.
So watching this. Put more clips out. I want to see more clips from everybody.
I like that that Inez girl too out of France.
Yeah.
She's good style. And those fish and chips are real good.
Fish and chips, real nice.
So good. Where's your fish and chips at?
Dude, I hate that trick. So bad.
It's a fakie and a slider. It's literally a fakie and a slider.
I know. And that's what's messed up is I know that. I'm like, I should be able to do this. Like, I can slider. Why am I so bad at this? I'll get it. I'm getting there. Like, I ate shit so bad the other day trying to do a fish and chips. You know what? And like when I'm like, okay, I'm going to learn it, and I'm out there for like several hours, the next day, like from like the top of my leg to my ankles, it's all bruised.
Oh my
God.
God.
I don't know what it is about this trick that just like it messes me up, but it does. But I'll get it. You'll see it.
What's on your trick hit list for the next few months? Like, what tricks are you trying to learn, and what tricks are just escaping you? What have you tried so hard to learn and can't?
Fish and chips, and I don't know why. I feel like I can do a slider, I can do a fakie, I should be able to do this. I fall over every freaking time, but I think I'm getting actually closer. I am. So I'm gonna get fish and chips. I want like actual proper Keos. Like I want to be able to like, get some spins in. I need to get hot bars back. I need to get those back.
I know you got that.
You got it.
I know I do. I just have to go for it. Because, like, I'm not, like, I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I
don't want to be like.
Don't be like Pizza Man.
Once the tricks come off the ground, it is a little more gnarly.
It is. And, like, you know what? I got, like, this is, like, not the same body that was, like, doing stuff, like, all this stuff back then. Like, I'm, like, older and, like.
We're not made of rubber anymore.
Yeah, because, I mean, I got, like, I would just. I threw I can't believe I did that 7 stair. Like, that was psychotic. Like, I just threw myself off of that. So many different things. Because, like, I got hit by a car at one point.
Oh,
I freaking knocked my 4 front teeth out.
What?
Once. Yeah.
Are those all fake right now?
Yeah.
Wow. I can't even tell.
But they look, I know. But they're very expensive problem to have.
How'd you knock your teeth out?
So I don't, I was coming back from a ride that ended at a brewery. And so that's part of the problem. I think I was just like, I used to ride like a maniac, right? Like, absolutely, like, going fast was like another thing I was really, really into. So I think I was just like matching out. I know I was like going down a one-way, the opposite way. And the street lights were out for some reason on that street, so you couldn't see anything, and like some cars were coming. So I just like went to kind of like hop up onto the curb, and I think like I missed the part that was like the little like a ramp, so I ended up just like launching myself like super high in the air, and then I landed, and I was like, oh, that was sick. And then I ran into a pole.
Oh, no.
And it was my bars. My bars hit the pole. So then I did that and smashed my face on my bars.
All 4 came out?
They just broke. Okay, so I was actually kind of lucky. I had a permanent retainer in.
Nice.
So they definitely would have been completely like knocked out, but that kind of held them in. Even the dentist was like, "You're really lucky you had that."
God.
They just broke. One of them did get like yanked out pretty bad. There were some like BMX kids on the corner who saw it, and like they like ran over to help, and I was like so confused and out of it. I like was like making these kids look for my teeth.
Oh, wow.
I was like, and I just remember like sobbing. I was like, I'm going to be so ugly. Like, and it was, yeah, I don't know. So my husband and his friend took me to the hospital, and then I had to have braces I was like, I don't know. I think it was like, I was like 20. And then I had braces on my 21st birthday.
Oh my gosh.
And people kept thinking I was like a 12-year-old.
Do we have pictures?
Yeah. And I probably did look 12. I would go places and they'd be like, they were like, your ID, or like, where's your parent? And I'd be like,
wow.
I'm 21. I'm an adult. Like, are you sure you're not 12? I think I know, like, my husband and I went to like a movie, and like they asked if he needed a child's ticket for me. And I'm like,
should have taken it.
I just have braces.
Probably,
I know I should have.
Probably cheaper.
So yeah, I don't recommend doing that. So don't
knock your
drink and ride your bike too much and do dumb things like me, because then you'll end up paying for it.
Don't run into poles.
Yeah, don't do that. So yeah, I did a bunch of really dumb things like that. And I don't want to knock my teeth out again.
That was a tangent off of the question of tricks you're learning. What's on your trick hit list besides the fish and chips?
Fish and chips, actual Keo. I need to get hot bar back.
Cool.
I don't think I'm.
Are you gonna hop stair sets ever again?
I don't know, because I'm tempted and I think about it, but like, I'm just like, I don't.
You're like, is it worth it?
Like, do it. There's a part of me that's like, do it. Just do it. It'll be awesome. And then I'm like, but like, why? For what reason? And like,
'cause it'd be sick. Come on.
It would be sick. I know, but I'm like, I don't want to have to. What if I get hurt? And
oh
then
my
I have
god.
To pay
we
money
need
to go to the hospital.
We need to make a scene out there for you.
I know.
You would do it if there were people around you hyping you up to do it.
I would. That's the thing. I'm very easily influenced. It's a problem. Like, if
I'm the same way. It's like J-Ball's like,
oh,
do it.
We've gotten
like,
Deacon to hit such big rails because of it.
I'll literally look at him and be like, "Yo, do you think I can do this?" And then he goes, "Yeah." And then he turns around and probably goes, "Dude, this fool's gonna fucking die." And then I do it, and I'm just like, "Hell yeah!"
I mean, you need that sometimes. Like, I think, yeah, I don't know why. I need like an audience or other people being there, just like do it, like egging me on, and then I'll probably do it. But otherwise, I'm just like, what am I gonna? No one's around to see this.
Yeah.
Am I gonna jump and hurt myself?
How far out are you
know.
from like the nearest rider? Like,
I don't know any. I mean, who rides out here? I don't know.
well, how far? I don't know New York's geography very well. How far are you from like the city?
I'm like an hour and a half north
Okay,
of the city.
got it.
I mean, I live off like the Metro North, but like it's still far.
Mike Schmidt just moved back. Just saying, Mike Schmidt is the man. He's a good person to learn from. We got.
He's
I
also
definitely need
great
to ride.
He's great at peer pressure.
He's so good
Yeah.
at peer pressure.
I wish somebody was out here and I can just, because I like just riding in my area, my general.
Yeah.
I don't like having to like travel to ride, but
Yeah, that's fair.
if I want to ride my bike, I just want to ride my bike.
Calling all. What area are you in again?
I'm like Hudson Valley.
Calling all Hudson Valley fixed gear trick riders. We need a scene. We need to start a scene. All right. Hopefully that
Gotta be
reaches
something
everyone.
out here. Yeah.
We are wrapping up. We're at an hour and some right now. We've been freaking going. We have a question that we ask our guests. Deacon, please hit us with it.
In your opinion, what is the greatest sandwich?
Okay. So this is hard because normally I feel like I would say like a classic bacon, egg, and cheese. Or a Philly cheesesteak.
Yes.
Or my husband makes a really, really good steak sandwich.
Whoa.
I'm a vegetarian now, and so they're all kind of ruined for
Damn.
me. So,
Well,
like
the bacon, egg, and cheese. The fake bacon isn't too bad.
yeah, and it's just hard for me to like put that on like the same level of like an actual bacon, egg, and cheese. But yeah, for me right now, probably just like breakfast sandwich. I actually like it for some reason. I like the vegetarian sausage better than the bacon.
Yeah, I agree.
Better texture.
Yeah, and like I think you can kind of get away with like the different like spices and stuff that would go into that to like make it seem sort of like what it's supposed to be. Whereas like you just can't really replicate bacon. Like I mean I have the fake bacon and I'll eat it, but it's not the same.
Yeah, it's a little different.
I do have a recommendation for you to level up your breakfast sandwich. Replace the bread with frozen hash brown patties.
Oh man.
I'm telling you, it's
actually,
a game changer.
No, it is. So there's a coffee shop here that I go to, and I get like, they call it like an egg wrap. It's a breakfast burrito, and they'll put hash browns in it.
Yep.
So that's what I do.
Yep.
It's so
That's a
good.
staple in
It's
my
so good.
household.
Yeah, it's like I get like the peppers, jalapenos, hash browns, egg, cheese.
Wow.
I used to get bacon in it, but now I don't. And then
It's exactly what we
whatever
do.
hot sauce I'm all about.
I mean, I consider burrito a sandwich, so you could
True.
have said that.
He does consider that.
Okay, then yeah. Okay, breakfast burrito. All the way.
Burritos are sandwiches.
In that,
You guys have Roberto's out there?
Yeah.
do we?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's like the same as like the Vegas ones, but I remember in Vegas the Roberto's breakfast burritos. are
They go
freaking
crazy.
bomb. They are
They go
good.
crazy.
When next time you make your breakfast burrito, because I'm assuming you make this at home, right?
No, I get it from this coffee shop.
Oh, with the hash browns and everything in it. Oh,
Whoa.
Yeah.
see, we make
And they have like really good hash browns too.
nice.
They're like not like they're like actual like crispy. Like I think I don't think they're frozen. They're like shredding potatoes and like they're good.
Damn. Fire. Philly cheesesteak. That's
Bacon, egg, and cheese
Bacon.
also. Goated takes.
yeah. This is fire. That pretty much concludes our podcast for the evening. I know it's getting real late for you because you're on East Coast time over there, so we'll let you go. we're going to end it off with a few shout outs. Do you have any shout outs and or advice for the people that are listening?
Oh shit, I don't know. I don't know if I have advice. Ride your bike and have fun and post clips. Even if like you're like, oh man, this isn't that good. No, post it, because then you'll get better and people can hype you up, and that's fun. I think I actually stole that from you though, to be honest. Because whenever I was probably being like, oh, I shouldn't post anything, I'm not that good. Or there's people who are better than me, you're like, so?
Yeah.
So yeah, who cares? Post your clips and let everybody else hype you up, because that's really cool. And especially if you're a girl, ride your freaking bike and do some tricks, because we need more girls doing tricks. And then I don't know who to shout out. Joe. I'll shout out Joe because she's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I freaking love her. Clara. Clara's awesome. And then obviously Yena. I'm probably forgetting somebody. Who am I forgetting? Sarah. She's cool. She's getting into it. Post some more clips. So it's less of a shout out and more of a bullying people.
Yes.
Post clips of themselves.
Yes.
I know. I feel like women are hesitant to post clips of them doing tricks because of probably the reasons that you mentioned, that you used to be kind of hesitant. So just remember, everybody's here to support, and everybody is encouraging in this day and age in the fixed gear scene, for the most part.
And everybody has to start somewhere. And honestly, it's way cooler seeing somebody like just try and learn and get better.
Absolutely.
Like, you don't need to come out here and be perfect. Because I think that was more my mindset was like, you know, partially myself, but also like some of like the crap I used to get, like this like level of perfectionism. No, like who cares about that? Just post some clips.
Sick.
If you're having fun and doing cool stuff,
People will find you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember, it's you versus you, not you versus everybody.
yes, exactly.
100%.
Anyways, that concludes episode 25 of the Off Track podcast featuring Devan Gallagher. Give her a follow at Devan of 9 on Instagram. And thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
See you in the Patreon, not featuring Devan, but we'll have something else cooking for you in there. So patreon.com/suckmycog. Like, follow, subscribe, follow Devan, and we'll see you in the next one.
Don't forget to rate the podcast on whatever you're listening on.
Yeah.
That helps us out.
Give us a nice rating. We've never asked for that before. Go rate the podcast. A good one, not a 1-star. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.